Hi, hello and welcome back to another Onkruid video, welcome back to another Heroes of the Storm video. Friendly team. Why do I always get such high levels? Friendly team, me on Valla. We have a Troll, an Imperius, an Oriel and a Varian. Enemy team, Abatur, Jaina, Diablo, Lieutenant Morales, Asmodan. Difficult choice ahead of me right now. Do I go my favorite Valla build, the auto attack build, or do I head more into a puncturing arrow or multi-shot type of direction? Diablo is a hero I can stack my auto attacks on for sure, because he's gonna have Lieutenant Morales behind him, so he's gonna have no fear and just dash in. Asmodan, a bit less. Jaina is more... Well, Jaina and Lieutenant Morales are more about being burst, but I think I'll just try and face off against Diablo in lane. Let's hope he doesn't go to the top lane on his own. And get my hero auto attacks from them. Shouldn't have been in there. Don't have to get too close right now, because it's not worth getting dashed on by Diablo just to land 2 more auto attacks at the start of the game. Who is top? Is their Avatar just gonna soak top? Might be the case. I'm off to the side. This fight is not about killing anyone for me, it's just about getting some auto attack stacks in there already. Make sure I just don't get singled out. Okay, it's going beautifully. Again, doesn't matter that we die there, doesn't matter that we don't get any kills. I'm already halfway through my first quest completion. That's what I don't want to be involved in. I need to start dodging the Asmodan abilities a bit better, because otherwise he will just also be stacking up freely. And we're already at 35. Nothing to sneeze at. And I think I'm glad that we have this map. I did not take the map into consideration when I was thinking about what build to decide on, but I think I need to do that more often. In this map you only have 2 lanes, so there is less opportunity for me to be 1v1 in a lane against the hero that I will not be able to auto-attack, you know. It's actually way more logical that I'm in here in the mix, in the fray of things constantly able to auto-attack enemies. But that's a nice little lesson. A nice little lesson we already learned right at the start of the game. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have dashed in there. I know that's a bit risky, and I know I don't recommend other Valla players to do that. Just recently in my previous Muradin video, I think I called the Valla out for veining it up. For Valla syndrome, vein syndroming it up. I will help our Imperius out down here. And a lot of nice team play so far. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Great idea by the Varian there to not deal his minuscule amount of damage. Not to kind of antagonize him, but he's more of a tank hero, I think, more of a bruiser, so his damage is not going to be the highest in the world. Great idea of him, not to just contribute in that minuscule sense to the jungle camp, but scouting out the area, preparing a bit of an ambush, like he's a Vietnam war veteran. Is that insensitive? I don't know if it's insensitive. I know my buddy Steph, my buddy Berglucht, my buddy Coolkid, all aliases for the same beautiful human being whom I miss very dearly, because I don't see him as often as I used to earlier when we were still studying together and still living in love together. He told me about his experiences learning about... We even talked about this in our little podcast we did for a while, but it's in Dutch, so it might not interest you. He talked about the stories he heard from Vietnam veterans, but on the Vietnam side it was a guide, kind of a guide as in like literally a human person guiding, not as in an online guide. Feels kind of dystopian that I need to make that distinction, or maybe I just feel like I need to make that distinction because I'm way too chronically online myself. I know about the Rizzler and I know about Skibidi Toilet, so I guess that's all the answer you need on that front. I think I'm okay here. I still have my ball, but I'm not gonna use it immediately, although we are getting smashed to bits. Yeah, I'm gonna have to recall, especially because my CP cup is not up. And he was talking a lot about their ambush techniques and how the guide really showed his visitors. Yeah, Jaina should have been killed there. I'm agreeing, she was way up too close and personal. He was showing like these little holes in the ground that seemed inconspicuous at first, but that hid Viet Cong ambushers. Viet Cong is the side America was fighting against, right? That's the term that you need to use to describe them. I'm not well versed enough in war history, let alone in US war history, to talk about these subjects without or with the surety that I am not offending anyone. So, sorry. I'm sorry if I say things that are wrong, if I use the wrong terms. I don't want to be derogatory at all. It's not my intention. It's not a subject that interests me all too much, to be honest. Make love, not war. Craft. But just long story short, that's what Anwin was doing. I've been talking for 5 minutes about the Vietnam war history without knowing anything about it, even saying that I don't know anything about it, just to disguise what an ally in a video game was doing. So I guess that's on me for bringing up the topic, to be honest. I don't know if I would be the greatest dinner party guest. I'll just be rambling away and all of a sudden we're talking about how World War II could have happened and how the fuck Hitler actually rose to power, when everybody was just trying to have a friendly conversation about the new Peaky Blinders episode. Not that there are new episodes still being released. I was just watching a bunch of Cillian Murphy videos, or videos about Cillian Murphy. I don't think he has his own YouTube channel. Kind of your favorite actor's favorite actor. And I really love that phenomenon, you know? It's what Northern Line is in the YouTube world. It's kind of also, according to some people, what Malgrab is in the DJ world. And I think it's definitely also what Cillian Murphy is in the acting world. Your favorite favorite and I really appreciate those people because they are often modest, underrated, kind of niche, and that's why they're not appreciated all that much by the broad public most of the time. But the people that are in the field, the people that know what's up, that know what it's about, they know what it's about, you know? They know that those actors, those DJs, those YouTubers are people you have to watch out for because they have some great talent. And Cillian Murphy is just such an amazing, inspiring, down-to-earth guy. Not wanting to pick up and I'm just reciting details from videos I just saw. Don't quote me on the truthfulness of these statements, and don't try to find my source material because I'm an enigmatic YouTube viewer and you will never find the video that randomly just got recommended to me on my timeline with about 4 million views. He didn't want to take up too many major roles, because he didn't want to move too far away from his house with his wife and his 2 children, his 2 sons. And I appreciate that, you know. He could have had all the fame and fortune in the world, and yet he decides to go back to acting in plays, which is where he started up. And he decides to go for these small Irish story roles where his heritage and his lineage really shines, and he can portray in stories that he finds important, which is why you will see him in small things like these, which he also co-produced, because now he's not just acting, he's producing movies as well. A movie I thoroughly enjoyed, and I think I might have talked about on the channel. I don't want to be too close in here. Just attacking this counts for my quest? Yes, it does. That is nice. It is keeping me out of the rest of the fight. Easy Diablo ult dodge there. I think now, if they keep the team busy, I will not be stacking up my quest this way, but I think dealing some nice damage to the Immortal is actually not the worst approach. I'll try and help out our healer a bit here. To no avail. Maybe I should have joined them a bit sooner though, I'm not sure. Again, not sure, I am a sir.
You're not a sir. Well, are you a madam?
I'm not sure, but again, backseating is more than welcome, so give your 2 cents on the topic, you know? Widely appreciated. And that's why people enjoy working with him so much, I think, is that he doesn't partake in all the bullshit that can come with such an acting job. And he focuses on what he wants to do, not on what makes him the most money, or not on what will net him the most TV interviews, because he, especially at the start of his career, even rarely appeared on TV interviews. He didn't care for that side of the story. We're focusing Diablo a bit too hard in my opinion, but now he's dead, so now we can put our focus on other things. This Jaina should not be allowed to do the things that she is doing in my opinion. I'm gonna head out to the top lane. Make sure I don't just walk into some Abatur mines and end my life like that. Oh, I should be a bit more careful about using my dash. I'm volleying it up a bit too much. I really enjoy him in Peaky Blinders. Pause. Enjoy him and his acting career. I don't enjoy... Okay, my girlfriend is vacuuming apparently. I enjoy his acting appearance, even though I didn't watch the show to its fullest extent. Not even close to its fullest extent, I think. Because my girlfriend is not that into the show. Never really understood why, and I've tried to ask her, but I don't think she herself really knows why she's not that into the show. I digress. Loved him in Inception. Loved him, absolutely adored him in small things like these. Still have to watch Oppenheimer. Can you believe that? I mean, I'm not a cinephile, not at all. I'm not that into movies, and I don't often make the time to watch movies. But you would think that a well-respected cultural consumption person like me would have watched Oppenheimer already. Counterpoint, I have not watched Barbie either yet, so I mean, I don't know if that says anything about me, but it's not like I chose Barbie over Oppenheimer. I know the movie, for example, has a very long runtime, and not that I'm opposed to long runtimes. I guess I need to get out of here apparently. Because I also want to watch The Brutalist, this video about the architect in New York, I think. And I know that it's an exceptionally long movie as well. So I do want to watch Oppenheimer. It's on the docket sometime. I haven't made the time yet to watch it. That's something I'm trying to focus on in my dialogue and monologue, just in my speech in general, is I haven't found the time. No, I haven't made the time, because I'm doing other things. I'm doing other things with my time, and I have time. I have time to do some things that I enjoy in life, like recording this video right now. Everybody's positioned so well. Look at our little recon squad here. This is a team I think we could win world championships with, you know? Everybody is so well versed in their champion, in their hero rather. Everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing. Everybody's working together. The communication is great with the pings. Yeah, this is an enjoyable game of Heroes of the Storm. Look at their little mount combo as well. With the pink skin, with the wings. I think the wings are just included in their hero. But then also the pink Pegasus. That's a mount combo. Adorable. And I'm not opposed to getting into movies a bit more if it means watching those meaningful kind of productions that Cillian stars in. Those smaller kind of productions, you know, that he really does because he wants to, and not because he needs to, or not because the rent's due, but in general, like not just Cillian movies, but more smaller movies that have significance, that have more meaning, things that are more created for festivals like Cannes, for example, instead of for the big screen. We might ice block, but she doesn't even get the time. Let's dash in. Oh, thank you, Ariel. I was tanking the port all of a sudden. Really glad my healer is there. We are dominating them, but like not in a we're just completely smashing them to pieces kind of way, or not in like there's one person on our team that is actually really skilled and making the entire difference. No, this is some team play. This is what Heroes of the Storm and Overwatch, other Blizzard games, this is what they are all about. What League should be all about in my opinion, but will never be if the balance in that game keeps being as askew as it is right now. This is what we're here for, you know. Focus on the objective, focus on taking jungle camps together, watching, looking out for each other, coordinating our ults, coordinating our engages. Yeah, this is what gets me going, you know. This is what gets me going on a nice Sunday. Only other plan, well no, two other plans today. One is meeting up with a friend, going out for some drinks, nothing too amazing or spectacular in terms of plans, but it's gonna be fun. And the other is going for a nice little run later today with another friend, which is something I'm looking forward to, but I'm a bit afraid to figure out how my legs will fare. I feel like the last time I went for a run it was not as easy as I expected it to be. When I went for runs in Switzerland together with my niece, it was a lot of fun, but back here in Belgium, yeah, the legs were struggling a bit, I can tell you that much. I'm looking forward to running with her again though, and just seeing my friend again, my friend slash colleague. And before that, it's a friend that I met during my education as a psychologist, not as a therapist, just my university education. Just meeting up in a little town in between our current locations of living, like straight right in the middle, going by train. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. gonna be lighthearted. It's gonna be not too long because she has other things to do as well, which is spending time with her kittens that she's taking care of before she has to give them back. So definitely something important that she needs to make time for as well. And then other than that, I will probably just spend the rest of the evening with my girlfriend or reading. Reading a lot. Read a lot yesterday as well on the train to Antwerp because I had a whole fun day yesterday as well. But hey, the video is over, so there's no need for me to start talking about that because I would not be able to finish even the first train of thought. You know, I wouldn't even get into the first station. I would have loved to be MVP in this game. I feel like I did a lot, but this guy was constantly solo laning, soaking hell of all XP for us, taking off pressure of us, 50% damage to immortals. That's impressive, right? This is the first time in existence, I think, that I realized that you can hover over these things. That was a fun Heroes of the Storm game. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry, Wim. It's not raging Vincent today, but there's nothing to rage about. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.